Sean Walsh, Makuakai Rothman, Greg Long, Patrick Gudauskas, Aaron Golden, Trevor Sen Carlson. Heat number 2, and the drama started first things off. Ross, we got to see, I'd say, hands down so far.
Easily, without a question, and we have our seatbelts on. We're just trying to hold on for dear life here. Yeah, there's
the safety team, they are on high alert right now. We've got 11 rescue skis, 2 grabbers, 2 medics, 6 safety personnel just on the beach. What happened there?
Sean Walsh getting airborne, and that's what we'll see a lot of today. You know, these trade winds are very strong.
And during the break, here's what happened. Sean Walsh in green.
Well, here you go. Local knowledge is key here for Walshy. Very comfortable here. Arguably has the most hour under his belt in this heat right here. So you can see Walshy just getting a kind of a medium-sized west bowler, and that's very smart. Again, 2 degrees, so very west.
Aaron Goldie going for the throat, and Goldie gets a good long run, but similar to what happened to Pat Gudauskas, and Gudauskas' wave ends up with a 1.5, so here we go, another paddler. This is the man himself, the 2012 world champion, 32 years young, Greg Long, who has got an amazing story, whether it's at Cortez Banks or Mavericks or getting held down 30 feet below a wave and bursting eardrums, not knowing which way is up.
So that was actually Greg. Oh, there's green. That is Makua. And nice bottom turn there. Sorry, this is one of the first waves.
Sean Walsh?
This is Sean Walsh. Yeah, this is one of the first waves of the heat. Nice ride there, as you said. Almost got a 6-pointer there, 5.83. And there's blue right there. So that was Greg Long taking a massive drop right in the middle of the peak. And that's what makes this wave so challenging. It converges in on itself. It's like a compactor. It's a wild ride.
Walsh going to try to get over this. He's close. He bails off his board. Makes it, I'll tell you, that paddling situation right there, you've seen it at Mavs and some of these spots. When a sneaker set comes through, looks like his first wave score comes through at a 6.5. You double that, and he's got 13 points in your 2012.
So again, just to, you know,
there's Sean Walsh again, boy. Back on the horse he goes, drops in, and there's, well, taking position, and a gutsy inside position is Walsh, isn't he? From Paia.
Very smooth. And see, remember he didn't like the look of that second wave, or the first wave. He just kind of let his board go. That's when we saw the wind blow his board out the back, but he got this wave, and you can see how much cleaner it is. That gave him a real nice entry, and you know, it really didn't take that much. He just kind of very smoothly dropped in. Look at the surface of the ocean right there. It's very clean on the face. So that'll be something that the surfers all day will take a look at. Wave number 2, maybe.
Is life and death. And each one of these guys that's paddled out here today has decided in their mind they're willing to pay the ultimate price. Because I promise you, that's no joke. That's the real deal out there right now. And if these guys have a bad day...
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that wave. Oh.
I was tripping out to hear Billy Kemper say...
But there's a finger of rocks that essentially reach out into the ocean that have worked their way out of the valley here. And those rocks are massive, massive. So there's all this texture to the bottom. It's not like a Chopu Reef where it's smooth and there's a few coral heads. You're talking boulders the size of semi-trucks. And in some areas, one of those boulders might only be 8-10 feet below the surface, which might not seem that shallow, but when you consider 30-40 feet of water above it, that's extremely shallow. There's other places also where it is deeper. Depths really makes this, like if you get yourself in one of those deep spots and then press up against a rock, I don't care how much flotation you have, you might not be coming up.
Well, we have a bomb wave here for former big wave champ Greg Long. He is locked into one of the biggest waves of the day. And that thing just swallows him whole.
It's about riding. Catching is not even an issue, right? But with paddling, oh my God. That has got to be one of the biggest waves ever paddled into. And then just hack it. Oh my God.
Dave Kalama on the set. This guy has surfed some of the biggest sessions out here, and he is saying that this might be one of the biggest waves ever paddled into at Pe'ahi.
And then to have the presence of mind just to go, all right, there's the barrel, I'm in.
Well, let's get caught up on some scores. We'll throw it back to Dave Stanfield and Ross Williams in the booth.
Well, what I find very interesting is that the commitment to either straighten out or go for the barrel, sometimes it doesn't sound like it's logical, but to go for the barrel.
Yeah,
As we take a look, yeah, there was no really sane choice for Greg Long here.
And you know what's so impressive about Greg Long? I mean, this is a man who's dedicated his life to big wave surfing, and there's a lot of different characters.
Cool, calm, and collective. Actually rode up into the ball, pulled into the tube, and that thing was so deep, he just committed unbelievable. And when I looked over,
risk your board, why risk your body? You have another heat today, so it'd be interesting to see if he goes out again.
Getting the information on how, well, airdrop, and he explodes, and I believe that was Aaron Gold, and Aaron Gold really are going to have to pay your dues here.
So there's the wind. You can see he is just trying to make that drop. When all that wind gets under your board, it basically creates a foil.
All those guys have done some amazing stuff in the past here. Obviously, Laird Hamilton. Greg Long going for the throat. This is how you get a 9.
Awesome technique to get that entry. You know, he made that look easier than it really was. And you know, and the barrel was just a salute. It was actually safer than straightening out. You straighten out, you're going to get ragdolled. A lot of times when you get inside the barrel, it kind of traps you right there and you can pop up. And we actually saw Greg do that. He kind of popped up rather quickly. You can see just trying to get that rail in the water and did a great job, but he was just a little too far behind, and that wave just caught his inside rail, so he got clipped, as we like to call it. And there's Trevor. Great job there. I can't see who was on his shoulder, but he kicked out. He didn't want to get in his way and get an interference. But really nice line there for Trevor. He just had that perfect angle where he kind of always looked like he was in control. You knew he was going to make it.
Oh!
While Aaron Gold had a nice look at that thing and could not get down the face. And that is Walshy.
Greg Long. No, you're right. Walsh drops in and straightens out. Will this avalanche take him down? Well,
that's going to be a good score.
Walsh right now.
It's absolutely almost impossible to get there right on him right away, but they're doing a great job. That last wave, absolutely amazing drop. Inverted, upside down, Sean Walsh to the wall. I mean, are you kidding me? You look at the wind on the face and the way this thing comes through, and he just commits all the way down to the bottom, gets out in front of it, and then takes the train as it just comes right over him and takes him out.
Wow.
I love what he did there with that wind. He had to keep his board pointed in that direction or he would have been lifted and blown out the wave. What a commitment right there, and a free fall.
It just technically, looking at that slow motion there, was beautiful. You saw how he actually, for a couple of seconds, Sean Walsh had his left heel all the way almost over to the rail, and he slowly just made that technical readjustment, got his foot back to the middle of the deck.
Let's take a look at the 9 now. Here's how you get a 9, and this is amazing.
Wow, so okay, you can see Greg Long had a nice entry, and he kept that inside rail engaged. So even though he got airborne, his fins were even airborne for a while, because he was perfectly centered over the deck of his board. As soon as that rail got back connected to the wave, he was just bottom turning straight into that barrel. Now this one's all about the drop. Obviously he didn't get a chance to pull into the barrel, but a huge wave, and he had a lot of opportunity to pull the plug and just say, I am out of here.
Boy, there's been some amazing movies shot here. Let's take a look at Walsh and his balancing act.
Okay, so again, you know, it was pretty cool how he had a lot of weight on that heel. His heel was almost to the rail of the surfboard, and he actually rode out of that. So it's not like he just made it to the bottom and then got pile driven. He made it out in front of the whitewash, and that just showed you he had more than control. We're just comparing 9s here because both rides came in with the same number. That's a 9 from Greg Long. Got that air under the board and then reconnected on that inside rail and just packed that thing, pulled into it.
5, it was Hamilton, Columba, and Dorner doing the James Bond stunt work in that movie. If you want to take a look, it leads off the movie. It's amazing. There you go, Greg Long, and he gets that 9 doubled, as well as Sean Walsh. 2 heroic waves, but it really counts about just getting in the top 3. So Walsh and Trevor Sven Carlson are videoing by T. The 27-year-old from Sunset Beach makes it in. Gold comes in 4th. Makua Kai Rothman eliminated, and Patrick Gudauskas. Right now.